The Indianapolis Colts travel to Kansas City to face the Chiefs on Sunday. Kansas City is installed as a 6.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. 43.5 is the total in this game. Both these teams have locked up playoff berths, but this game's still meaningful, so don't think there'll be any resting of players going on. Both these coaches will still be trying to win this ball game. Indianapolis could secure a first-round bye in the playoffs if things go right for them and they win their last two games. So could Kansas City. As a matter of fact, Kansas City could still lock up the number one overall seed, home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They do need Denver to lose one of their last two games, but hey, it could happen. Again, both these coaches will be putting their best players on the field on Sunday. That is not a concern. What is a concern for the Indianapolis Colts is the fact they cannot stop the run, and they're going on the road to face this Chiefs team that is led by probably the best running back in the NFL right now. That is Jamal Charles. Charles has rushed for nearly 1,200 yards already this season. He's approaching 2,000 total yards. There just hasn't been a defense that's been able to stop him. Now, last week, he rushed for only 20 yards. That's his low total of the year. But 195 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns for Jamal Charles. This guy has been spectacular. As we said, the Indianapolis Colts cannot stop the run. 27th in the NFL in rushing defense. So I do not like this matchup for the Colts defense. And hey, when you talk about Kansas City's offense, it's not only Charles. They've combined for 167 points over the last 4 games. That's more than any team in the league. And it seems like over the first half of the season, we talked about this Kansas City offense like it was a weakness. All of a sudden, they're now 3rd in the NFL in points scored. The Chiefs 3rd in points scored, 4th in points allowed. You look at the Indianapolis offense, they have not been the same since losing leading receiver Reggie Wayne 7 weeks ago. They haven't topped 30 points since losing Wayne, and they had topped 30 points in 3 of the 4 games they had played prior to Wayne's injury. So the difference is undeniable. Andrew Luck, a good young quarterback, no doubt, but you look at what he's surrounded by right now. T.Y. Hilton, their number one wide receiver, the wide receiving core very thin, and the Colts just have not been able to run the ball all season. Even though the Kansas City defense has weakened here over the last few weeks, just a week before last they held the Washington Redskins to 10 points. I do think they're going to have some success against this Indianapolis offense that, as I said, has not been that good over the last 7 weeks. Really, the Colts in general haven't been that good. I know they beat the Houston Texans 25-3 that week, or 25-3 last week, but I think that had a lot to do with the Texans and the fact they're an absolute disaster right now. Case Keenum starting that game for Houston last week. He will not be starting for the remainder of the season, and I don't think Keenum is ever going to be seen starting in the NFL again. So I wouldn't put that much stock in last week's performance from the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Chiefs a good bet here this week as 6.5-point home favorites. The Colts, a solid team. They were much better early in the season. The last few weeks, I really think they've been skating by. I think they're going to be a quick out in the playoffs, and I don't think they're going to be able to stay within 2 touchdowns of the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday.